play some gear. But tonight, I figure since we've been running on the Johnny train for a minute, we might as well study some matches from the man himself, none other than Omito, aka Omimi-chan. That's his net play handle right here. So if y'all don't know, Omito is the Johnny God, the undisputed king of Guilty Gear Xrd. Made everyone look like chumps at Arc Revo. Yeah, honestly, what else could you say about that? I don't think he dropped a game. And part of the reason that I wanted to pick up Johnny was to better understand what makes the character so good and what makes Omito so good, and to get a better appreciation of both, right? Like, there were a lot of killers in that Arc Revo bracket, and all of them looked super free, just incredibly free. The Arc Revo tournament was essentially a competition to see who got to lose to Omito in grand finals. That's not something that often happens in video games. Omito is so amazing that he didn't enter Evo Japan because he was like, I'll let someone else win this one. So Omito streams, I guess, every now and then. I don't really know that much about his streaming, but I found this match on Keep On Rockin'. It's a long set from, or it's a long video. I think a stream archive about 2 hours long from June. And so I figured we'd just watch this for a little bit and then hop in and play some games as usual. So without further ado, let's get in there. Oh yeah, and he does appear to have a virtual YouTuber thing going on there in the corner. That's cute. Alright, so let's see what Omimi-chan does. The matchup versus Sin is interesting because these characters are both quote-unquote honest characters when it comes to Guilty Gear. They don't really have a whole lot in the mix. I'm seeing him use Far S a lot, which doesn't surprise me. One of the things I've noticed just right off the bat playing Johnny that I didn't get playing Chip is Johnny's buttons are big enough and fast enough that you can whiff punish stuff pretty easily. You can just see that they pressed a button and you have enough time to press your own button and hit them out of it or hit them for whiffing it or whatever. And that's not an interaction that I'm used to seeing very often in Guilty Gear, because when you play Chip, like, a lot of your buttons are more like optimistic guesses. Chip doesn't really put himself in situations where he can reasonably expect to whiff punish much. But with Johnny, just the disparity between, oh my god, look at that. We'll pause it real quick. With Johnny, his button speed and range ratio is so good that oftentimes you'll see people swinging out of range because they're trying to counter poke or something, and you can just kill them for it, which is nice. It's a very easy way to win neutral when you can pull it off. So here, first off, I think he's got no coins charged up, right? So the super passes through. He just goes oh, I think he does have a coin. I think he's probably level 2. He has KH, dash forward, KH again, 6H, wire sees it, coin to keep him in place, 6H, 6H, KH, misfinder cancel, forward H, forward H. So that whole time, he's spending very little in terms of resources, right? So he's already got, let's say, I think he's at level 2 for misfinder. And he's using the misfinder cancels to cancel out of H. To give him faster recovery. I think with level 2, I think he's like +5 on that or something. Wire C is basically just to make sure that the Sin player cannot use that whiffed 6H to do anything. Coin to keep him in place, 6H, 6H. So Sin's spending faultless where he can, but he's already out of meter, and he actually doesn't have that much calories either. His risk is getting higher and higher, so he has to do something. And he decides to, I think that was a DP. Maybe not, because it didn't take away any calories. He could have just jumped, honestly, and get caught out of jump startup. But now he's counter hit because of his risk. Oh, and again. He's just fucking dead. He's just fucking dead. He just died. Johnny can just do that to you. God damn. This character's fucked up. Ooh. And you also, so in neutral here, we're not seeing Omito like work hard to make something happen. He's playing pretty patiently. That was an interesting, I was not expecting a counter poke 2H. Hey, what up, EC Dojo? What up, So Crates? Hey, that's fucking awesome. Alright, so we're here. So Sin eats, he eats twice, and then goes in for beak, not beak driver, fucking elk hunt, I think it's called. Alright, 2H counter poke with us. Look at a sick conversion. Hey, what up, Yuzi? Alright, I want to see that combo again. I did not expect that. Alright, so that's just 2H, missed finder cancel. I think he's got a level, right? Yeah. So that was 2H, just falling kick. That's hard. Far S into, what is this? That's a level 2 missed finder. Run up 2D. 2 hits on the 2D into coin. Into 2H. Into, I think that's level 3. Level 2? Level 3 finder? Like, this is what a great Johnny player can do that a good one can't, right? Is having this particular confirm on deck and ready to go. That's a lot. They said, "Oh, I did it. I'm happy." Hey, what up, Aaron? Good to see you. But yeah, look at that neutral. Like he's just baiting out pokes here for the most part. He's walking forward a little bit. I feel you, UC Dojo. Ooh, gets caught. Hey, Omimi-chan, hold that L. Look at all these people actually hanging out in the world lobbies, man. I'm jealous. Oh, we got Johnny Mirrors. Let's go. All right, round start far S. A lot of 5K into 5H. Counter hit far S into 6H. Woo. Yeah, I've never seen people in the world lobbies.
真の玉とジャンハイの中段が見えないです。見えません。見える人いません。見える人いるんやったら教えてほしい
Oh,
ぐらい。
sniped. That's a good combo to keep in mind. Oh,
サハイやったけどな。
nice cross under. Burst comes out.
あらまあ。あら。やった。
Oh.
だよな。
Oh. I like that conversion here too. So he goes from here. First off, actually, to point something out real quick. He gets caught, burst, whatever. So he dashes up here, and then he's thinking, I don't know if Johnny's going to come in or not. I don't want to fucking deal with it. So I'm just going to toss a coin just in case, right? And he doesn't. So he doesn't really get much off of that. But it did mean that Johnny, he had his bases covered in case the other Johnny wanted to dash in or IED or something, because coin would have probably covered both of those cases. And so I think he's like barely out of range for the 2S. He gets to press 6H. And then look at that further away confirm. He doesn't dash in all the way. He gets 6H into coin, into 2H, into more misfinder stuff. Really get it. Just piling on that damage. Holy shit. Oh, I like this too. Like, so once he lands, so he gets the knockdown here. He Roman cancels Zweihander so he can get the meaty Bakusai, right? That makes the missed finder unblockable. And then he meaties with coin, which is smart. And I'm sure this is not new, but it's smart here because like, Johnny, the opposing Johnny is going to have to deal with this somehow, but normally you could blitz your way out of this, right? If he meted with a button or meted with Misfinery, you could blitz your way out of it. But you can't, I don't think at this range that a blitz would reject Omito here. I think he's far enough that blitzing this coin probably wouldn't do anything. And he just gets hit and has to hold that. Goddamn, Omito. Alright, back to Sue.
真の球っていうか、真の球から中断来る中断ってそもそも物理的に見えへんからな。あ、うまっ。
I wonder when you use 2D in neutral like that. He went for 2P 2D. I wasn't. It seems like that probably wasn't autopiloting. He was probably swinging with the 2D for some reason. Hey, what up, Cricket Chicken? Welcome back. Good to see you. Woo. Oh, what was that? So throw. So in the corner, he does coin. He just does throw coin into fucking dust loops. That's cool. Oh, just get fucking glued to the wall with that shit. Oh, obviously he knows like every opportunity to get coin. It's just one of those like small. Oh, I like it. One of those small optimizations you can make to just play everything 5% more effectively. Hey, oh snap, Klein. Thank you so much for the raid, homie. I appreciate it. Welcome, y'all. We're just reviewing some Johnny footage right now, and then we're gonna hop on and play some games in just a little bit. What up, Detroit? It'd be good. I'm chilling. Woo. Oh, good blocks. That's right, Rail Man, holding it down. So some of y'all don't know, but my wife Irene also streams and Rail Man mods there, and I gotta say, Rail Man is like the quickest draw in the West as far as Twitch modding goes. Shouts to Rail Man holding it down, keeping things civil. Rail Man, you'd probably actually be pretty good with Johnny. You just need to imagine that the opponent's pokes are like creepy shit that they're saying to the streamer. Fucking get him. Oh, burst super. That'll kill.
Yeah, そもそもあんな中下段ガードできたらおかしいから。
Ooh. I like that. The use of coin here too, right? So you get bursts, dash up coin. Again, like most of Johnny's tools are super good. Yeah, I did not realize that as well, 88. Most of Johnny's tools are very powerful, especially if you can convert off them, but they don't necessarily cover... one, they're not great up close, like at this range. Johnny's buttons are pretty slow relative to other buttons at this range. And sometimes they're pretty specific. Like they'll cover a ground approach, but not an air approach or whatever. Coin is versatile. Coin can be used to cover anti-air, like against air dash or ground dash, right? So if he doesn't know what Sin's doing here, right? So he knows that Sin's going to attack backwards, and from here that he's probably going to approach again or something, because he doesn't want to stay in the corner and he's got plenty of calories, right? So he dashes up. That doesn't work. Bursts up. But he uses the coin here just to keep Sin pinned in. Like, it hit, counter hit. That's great. All right, there you go. What up, Cricket Trick, and welcome back. But the way that he's using coin isn't just, oh, I know that's going to hit. It's, hey, no matter what, this is going to force them to this is going to force them to block. In the space they're in, this coin is going to hit, right? Cool, we got a conversion off of it. But even if you didn't, even if Sin blocked it, he'd be ready to go with a whole bunch of shit. And look at that, he's already back at level 3. Hey, steal that meat. That's what's up. Yeah, I think of a coin as roughly equivalent in value to like a YRC, or 25 meter basically, and like Johnny just starts with 8 of them. Mm.
いや無理やわ。
Damn, this is virtual. His
めっちゃ頑張って予測
eyebrows
立
are
て
just
て
fucking blowing up.
ポリジャンプハイか足払いでしょ。めっちゃ頑張るしかない。見るんは無理や。
Wait, hold
やっ
on.
てるからで予測たいや無理やわ。で無理やな無理。いや無理やわ。
Oh, he's saying in that
めっ
situation
ちゃ
that
頑
that
張っ
was
て予
just
測
hopeless.
立てて中下のもう来る選択肢は分かってるから上りジャンプハイか足払いでしょ。めっちゃ頑張るしかない。見るんは無理や。なんかめっちゃ頑張ってなんとなくガードするしかない。
Hmm. Woo! Other Johnny, no. I also do like, so this is helping me better understand how Omito is using Johnny buttons in neutral. Because one of the things I noticed was if I throw out 6H a lot, I can get whiff punished or I can get stuffed if I'm not smart with it, right? So what I've noticed is that Omito is, we look at this. So he dashes up. He's poking with a lot of far S, obviously, also a lot of 5H. And then the 6H is pretty much only coming out behind like a coin or a far S because there's a Gatling there, right? Or at the very least when he's got the opponent in the corner and so their future position is a little bit more knowable. Woo. Okay, swag on him. Ugh. It's like, why even burst at that point? I get it. He's also Johnny. He's got resources, so it's not the worst idea, but goddamn. You got no porno mags left, man. That's what happens.
ジャンプ D は頑張ったらガードできるよ。その、デインの2択はもう無理。ほぼ
What
無
up,
理やから
Kango? Good to see you.
あれは頑張るけど頑張ったら見えるもんではない。
Oh,
ただ頑張ることは
again with 5K. Ooh.
あの頑張
Again
る
with the super sick
頑張るには頑張ってほし
conversions.
い。無理なは無理やで。
Even Amito's movement in neutral is really interesting because he's not dashing all over the place. He's mostly just either standing in place or walking forward. Instead of walking back and forward like you would if you were playing a Street Fighter, he just alternates between standing still and walking forward, which has a lot of the same effect, but doesn't have the risk of negative penalty or of decreasing your tension gain rate.
だってそもそも上り中段や。
Woo.
言うたら F 式みたいなもんや。それ見てからどうこうとかそういう話ではないやん。
Oh, I like that use of coin actually. I hadn't thought about it as like it's pretty fast, right? Let me look up and see what startup is like on coin. I hadn't really thought of it as like a far range counter poke, but I guess it does work for that because it gets a projectile out like really quickly. Let's see. Glitter is gold. 6 frame startup. That's a projectile with 6 frames. Jesus Christ. Yeah. You can use that as a mid-range counter poke for sure. Woo. Oh, misses this Y-hander. Oh, 2S. If he had spent some meter on that conversion, I think he could have killed here, but no. Another one falls. Yeah, I'm sleepy today. Oh, the worst burst. Ooh.
友達仲間おったわ。 これはね友達ですわ。
Hmm. Yeah, he's actually getting hit a lot of the times when he tries to move forward more aggressively than just walking.
どうしたんやの。
Hmm. Again with the 2H as a counter poke. That's interesting. Oh.
ジョニーにもこういうの欲しい。こういうのな。
Oh.
こういう中下的なやつ欲しい。
Oh. Damn, I think those backdashes might actually made his life a little bit harder. Ooh. Oh, good. Good shit there.
これバックステしたらよかったね。
Huh. That's interesting, DeChoy. I might try messing around with that a little bit. Oh, the other thing I was gonna notice is even in the I've noted just while watching these sets, and also noted a little bit while playing Johnny myself, is that even when Johnny's losing, right? Like he just lost that Sin player there, but Sin had to take a lot of risks. Sin did like anticipatory dragon punches. Sin had to swing a lot just to have a chance at taking Johnny out. And that's part of what makes Johnny so good, is that like if your combo execution is reliable and your combo knowledge is like encyclopedic, then the risk of playing Johnny is significantly reduced. Like most of the risks that Johnny takes is in him fucking up.
立ち回りちょっとジョニー嫌やねんな。シン火力は多分ちょいジョニーがいけてんのかな。いけてんのかな。
Oh, interesting. Can you normally not meaty JH because
同じぐらいの
of the height of the button?
同じぐらいのジョニーはいけてんのかな。火力ってどうなのかな。不明や。
And does he have a good range to meaty JH at? I guess I should look for that. In general, I've been enjoying not having to go for like risky meaties. I can just stand like 2 character lengths away and press a button and I'm usually okay. Oh.
ガードできたらもったいない。なんで やった。
Oh, we got drops. Interesting to me that he didn't spend any meter there. I wonder what he's trying to finish with. Or if he just didn't react in time. That's one of the things I'd like to figure out, is how to spend meter with Johnny. So far, I've been using it at like FD, Blitz, some Wake Up Supers, that kind of stuff. Not a whole lot of YRC. So I am using it a bit. I've been using it a bit more lately just to try and convert into like off of like level 1 Misfiner. Roman cancel that, get a little more damage, hopefully end on a path that lets me get coin, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to find more routes to get to level 2 and level 3. Because once I'm at level 2 or 3, I've got a really powerful tool in neutral. I have better frame data on my Misfinder cancels. And I've got like defensive tools. Or sorry, not defensive tools. I've got nasty ass combos in the corner. The Hirsch says, spending meter with Johnny is like 85% on Zwei YRC and the other 15% on Treasure Hunt. Yeah, it sounds like someone who's played a lot of Rush. I am seeing Omito go for some Treasure Hunts. It does seem pretty useful, especially if you can do the Misfinder Dash cancel version or whatever it is. But one thing I've noticed is that Omito doesn't spend that much time in the air. Hey, Richard Nguyen, thank you so much for the follow, homie. Welcome to the crew. Yeah. Omito doesn't spend that much time in the air. He's not IEDing a lot. He's not even like in air tech situations that much. So you don't see him use it. Like the best use of Zwei YRC that I've seen is to let Johnny come down from the air safely, because it's kind of his main tool for there. But in Johnny's in Omito's case, he's like not getting hit out of the air that much, so he doesn't really have to worry about that. This is YRC. There we go. Thanks, Kengo. Woo, got the level 3 swag combos.
なあもったいな。なんで反対行ったの。
Oh.
うわーちょっとプレイヤーさん
Alright, gets caught by the super. Nice. Wake up throw.
それね僕の親友のドグラ君がよくやってたんですよ。そのライド・ザ・ライドニズやるやつ。
Trying to pay a lot of attention to when he throws out a coin and it's not like a guaranteed hit.
ちょっとそういうのは良くないですね。
Oh. I do like using Air Mist Finder to just change the fall rate
金曜日のルー
and occasionally catch people throwing out like anticipatory gun flames and shit. That feels real good. Using Mist Finder to catch projectiles feels cool as hell.
危ねえ。よう暴れたなむしろ。そっち。
Nice treasure hunt.
俺もガードできたよなどう考えたらって。なんでなの。
Yeah, come to think of it, that Dechoy, that seems like what I should be doing in situations where I don't have meter for ZYYRC.
もったいねえ。
Yeah, earlier today I was playing and I confirmed 6K off of level 2 Mistfinder and just hit Soul out of Gunflame. That felt real good.
めっちゃ殴り負ける。いや。
Woo. What does going into Mistfinder before Treasure Hunt do? So I believe that's what gets you the knock up reaction off of Treasure Hunt, where normally Treasure Hunt will just knock him down in a crumple stun. So yeah, you can get more hits after.
いやー金曜日の夜やったらいいな。 プレイヤーさんからはドグラと同じ匂いがする。良くないですよこれは。
Woo! Nice 5H. That's beating up a Raven.
しゃがみ間に合わへんかったけど。
Gets opened up, but good blocks on the second round. Oh, and then gets caught pressing right into the counter hit scratch. Keeps him in the corner. All right. 2H to call out command grab. I had not thought of that. Let's see. 2H gets off the ground. So it's 15 frame startup. But is he off the ground for it? The frame, so the gun frame just says he's got foot invuln from frame 7 and lower body invuln from frame 9. So he might not actually be considered off the ground there. All good, Crooked. I appreciate you. So that's very cool. Thank you so much. All right, let's look up some dust loop data real quick, see if we can find more of it. All right, 2H, what you got? Considered airborne when performing this move, but until when or from when? Maybe that's in the frame data section. 2H. All right, so it's airborne from 9. Okay, so not the fastest, but that's still pretty good. So let's see that again. Okay, so he presses it there. Let's see Raven's frame data. I want to see how long that grab takes to get going. Fuck, I forgot all his fucking moves are in German. guessing it's one of... Okay, here. Ground throw. 27 frame startup. Okay. So that means that he has to react before 18 in order to pull that off. That is tight. It's on the tight end. It's very clearly the thing that he's looking for. Or it's a fuzzy mash and he's just fucking in there. I don't know. Maybe it beats some other shit too. But it worked. And just for reference's sake, because we got people of all different kinds of skills in the chat hanging out. Oh, hey, the World 365. Thanks for the follow, homie. Welcome to the crew. When you're watching matches and you're taking notes as to how tools work, or like how different players are using the tools, it's important to ask yourself questions like, hey, was that a read or a reaction, right? Because or an option select, right? Because that will help you understand how you're supposed to be thinking of the moves. In this situation, if we go back, right? So Raven's got one button and then goes right into grab. If you're looking at that and you're thinking, hey, 2H seems to be like he's getting a really good punish off this, right? He's getting a counter hit, he's going to land, he's going to do more damage. Seems like a pretty cool tool for dealing with command grab. Maybe I should try that. You want to ask yourself, is the player who's using this, is he doing it as a read or as a reaction? Now, reaction timing is tricky and is very dependent on what kinds of situations you're in. Hey, Vesa Bias, thanks for the follow, homie. Congrats on the new gig, by the way. That sounds exciting. So you want to, when you're at about 18 frames, it's tricky because I'd say 18 frames tends to be close to the edge of reactability for a person. And that's at least in a fighting game context. And that is often like in the most focused scenario possible, right? Which is actually possible for this, right? Like if you're Omito in this situation, you might not be thinking about looking for anything but grab, right? At least for this, for this 2-second exchange where, Raven's got you knocked down in the corner, it is entirely feasible that the only thing on Omito's mind right now is this motherfucker going to go grab? And if he does, to just mash that 2H, right? It could also be a read. So this is actually kind of borderline. But in order to figure that out, part of what we had to do was, one, check the frame data on both these moves to see like what is the earliest or what is the latest that you need to be able to use this 2H in order to have it beat the grab in the first place. And second, check the properties of the move. Well, I guess that's part of this. Checking the properties of the move to make sure we know like roughly when it would happen. And then comparing those frame timings to see, hey, what do we think Omito's thinking about here, right? Because as we are able to better map out how this game works and how these people play them, you can apply that thinking for yourself, right? But if you went into this just thinking, oh, I need to use 2H, but I don't know if it's supposed to be a read or a reaction, then you wouldn't necessarily be looking for the right things when you're playing against a Raven and trying to use this stuff, right? And that's why we ask ourselves these questions. It's not enough to know, hey, 2H beats grab. You want to know what you need to think about in order to equip that 2H in your head. And yeah, this is part of what makes replay reviews so useful. So with that, we'll watch a little bit more. Oh, nice blitz. And blitz back. Oh, that grab was smart. That grab was real smart. I like that. Whenever I get anti-air command grabbed by Raven, oh, that was rough. And it was off like an air tech trap or something. I'm always like, man, I really did deserve that shit, didn't I? Oh. He's saying, man, I can't do my combos. I wonder why I can't do my combos. It's okay. I believe in you. See, you got it. Good job, Omito-chan. There's a dog wandering around behind me. Woo! No luck with that grab there. All those lovely 5Hs just cranking that fucking risk meter. Holy shit. Woo. Hey, again with the 2H. Let's see what that one looked like.
立ち合い最強
Yeah, I think he's reacting, but he's reacting pretty quickly. And for the record, the reason why I think he reacted there, if we look at this exchange again, oop.
あ結構だるいんよ
Wait, did I go too
な
far?
あと立ち合い最強
No, wait, I did go too far. Hold up. 5H, 5H. Oh, gets caught.
食らうだけで現実
2H
に
seems really good in this matchup against Johnny. Boom, boom.
そうか困るなこれ
Just eating pins. I like his relative patience in neutral though. Like he's sitting here and he's waiting for Raven to make a mistake. Oh, we got drops. Okay, buttons. Just throwing those coins out. Risk is cranked, but he's got no coins to convert off of. Doesn't matter. Oh, I guess I did miss it. Whatever. But the point was, Raven went for another grab, and Johnny pressed 2H to hit it, but he didn't mash 2H. It didn't look like he was going for a wake up 2H. It looked like he actually delayed the button a little bit until he saw the throw start up, and then he went for the 2H. That's interesting stuff.
新しい
Oh, and as an addendum to our earlier conversation, even if we learn how Omito is thinking of these tools, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can use those tools like that too. There's a really interesting video. So I cannot plug FGC Translated at the YouTube channel enough. That shit is fucking godlike. And y'all need to watch that stuff. Like, just hang out on a couch once you're done watching the stream or whatever, and watch some of the videos there, because you will immediately tell that Japanese fighting game players are much better at talking about fighting games and sharing knowledge with each other than I feel like Americans are, at least on video, right? At least publicly. But yeah, there's a video from a while ago where Bonchan was talking about how Punk can react. Punk can react to his crouch medium kick hitting and cancel it into the Tenko or whatever it is, the Karen follow up. And Punk can do it by reacting to what the visuals on screen, what the characters are doing. But what Bonchan has to do is he has to look at the stun meter every time he throws a crouch medium kick, and he looks to see if it jumps up, right? Because that means the hit worked, and then he can go ahead and go with the rest of the cancel, right? Which is, it's smart as a way to increase your reaction time. I've heard about, like, other people in Third Strike say they could also look at the stun meter, or they could look at the score when fighting games keep track of the score to see if you got awarded points for a hit or not. I mean, it's easier to react to a change in a UI element than it is a change on a character, because when you're looking at the character, like, most of whether you can tell whether they, one thing happened or another thing happened is based on the silhouette. Right. And so based on how you see the silhouette of the character changing, you'd have to train yourself to react to, say, a successful hit reaction instead of a block. Right. Which is hard. Or at least it's harder than looking at a bar and pressing another button if you see that bar go up a little bit. Right. But there's Bonchan explaining that he's identified a physiological difference, or what seems to be a physiological difference between what Punk does and what Bonchan does. And so rather than try and do what Punk does, he's done something else to compensate for it, right? Just because you see top players use tools a certain way doesn't mean that you should be using those tools that way, or that you have to, right? Consider it a suggestion instead of a mandate.